Who's a lovely girl? Mum, you just said mum. Hello everyone, and thank you very much for joining us today. So we are going to be filming Cleo's 5 to 9 month baby update. As you can see, she has grown so much and her eyes are still beautiful and kind of bluey grey. She's very interested in bright lights, the camera and my phone. I think my favourite month was when she was 5 months old because so much seemed to happen. She started to roll over and she'd roll over from her back onto her front and then she'd get stuck, but then she became more fluid and could roll back over. Literally put her down in one place and she'd roll over to the other part of the room. She also got her first tooth at 5 months. It didn't really actually seem to bother her, and it's like, oh, what's that? I could actually see it, and then I popped my finger in there and I was like, wow, you have your first tooth. And the following month, when she was 6 months, she got her second tooth, which is in the bottom as well, so she's got 2 little bottom teeth. And now she has 7 teeth, so 4 along the top and 3 along the bottom, and she's only 9 months. Breastfeeding became really unbearable because every time she'd latch onto the boob, she would clamp down on her first bite. I was so close then to just giving up because it was so incredibly painful. Within about 2 or 3 weeks of them all coming down, she got the hang of it and she adjusted, and now when she goes on, she's as gentle as anything. At 6 months, she was doing what I can only describe as baby press-ups. She would start off lying flat on the floor and then push herself up off her arms, and then her bum would end up in the air. Oh, what is she doing? Look at her little tushy. She's got the loveliest bum. Are you going to play the piano like your daddy? Cleo? I'm trying to film your video. Also, when she was 6 months old, we started weaning, and we started off with all the kind of very plain vegetables, and we pureed them all up. So we started off with broccoli, avocado, green beans. Let go, darling, that hurts. And then we introduced some fruits and then like a blend of vegetables. Raspberries mixed in with a little bit of oat milk. A bit of organic porridge with Oatly barista milk. Yeah. That's porridge. Porridge. Some apple puree. Ooh, well done. That's broccoli and potato. Good girl. Well done. Well done, darling. That was quite nice. Ooh. When she was 6 months old, it was a real revelation to us in terms of her eczema. So she'd been suffering from eczema from about 3.5 months. It was really, really bad. It was red and angry across her chest, in the kind of inside bits of her arms and behind her legs, and all down the front actually of the front of her legs as well. And she would just scratch at it, and we had to put scratch mitts on her and just cover her legs. I was being prescribed hydrocortisone from the doctors, but I was using it really sparingly. And it wasn't until one of my NCT mummy friends, who's also a doctor, said to me that eczema in a lot of babies under 6 months old is usually caused by an allergy to something. So I was like, okay. So I slowly started going through everything that I was eating, because she was exclusively breastfed. It was obviously something that I was eating and then she was then taking from me in the form of breast milk that was irritating her. And we finally nailed it down to it being dairy. And then it wasn't until I started weaning her at 6 months and I gave her a little bit of eggs, because I was having an egg mayonnaise sandwich, and I gave her a little bit of the white of the egg, and she literally within about 10 minutes turned bright pink. Her whole face turned bright pink and she was screaming. Luckily this episode only lasted about 10 or 15 minutes. It was really distressing. I managed to see the GP the same day. So even though it was really hard giving up the dairy and eggs, it was totally worth it, because within a couple of days we saw a vast improvement. I have noticed actually that she has developed a little bit of eczema across the top of her lips. I've taken her to the doctor and the doctor said it is eczema, and it's also on the side of her face as well, and she said to use the hydrocortisone. So I'm wondering whether she now has developed another allergy. So when we realised that she was allergic at 6 months, we went to see the dietitian, who gave us a lot of help in the weaning process, because a lot of the baby food does have dairy in it. So she just made us aware of that, and I've got some booklets and things that have really helped along the way. I really just think she needs to have the allergy testing on I think it's the arms or something.
Cleo is 27 weeks and 5 days old, and she is going to meet the Queen's Guard.
And at 7 months, I also started a little bit of sleep training with Cleo. So up until then, she had been in my bedroom in a cot next to me, and she was waking up 3, 4, 5 times in the night. It got so bad about 7 months that she was waking up every hour and a half, and I was absolutely exhausted. She would get up, she would want the booby, and then I began to just notice that she was waking up out of habit and not out of need, and that maybe my snoring or me coughing in the night was also disturbing her. It just got to the point where I was just like, I think we need to pop her into her nursery now. So we put her into her cot in her nursery, and we did a little bit of sleep training using a book, and it was a really gentle but firm method of trying to get her to be able to self-soothe at night. It was quite hard the first couple of nights. We would go back and check on her like at 5 minutes, then at 10, and then at 12 and 13 minutes, and you'd go up to 15 minutes. Within maybe a week, she slept solidly through the night. And it was amazing to see the progress, and I would definitely say she was waking up out of habit and not need. And actually that night when she slept through, but I didn't. I was an absolute wreck, because I was like, I'm waiting for her to wake up, waiting for her to wake up. I was just watching her in the monitor all night. I'm so glad we did that. It was right for us, because she actually has a better night's sleep now. Before, where she was waking up every hour and a half, we were both having really rotten night's sleep. And I remember when she woke up, my boob was ready to burst. I was really reluctant to start doing any sleep training before she was kind of 6 or 7 months old, because they're just so little, and it's very normal for a baby to wake up that often in the night. And then at 8 months old, she started crawling.
Oh my goodness me, she's crawling! Look at her! Oh, I'm so proud!
Within, I think, a week of crawling, she began to hoist herself up on the ledges of things or of seats, and just wanting to stand. I took her for her 9 to 12 month review, and it's an assessment of all her kind of communication, gross motor and fine motor skills. She's a little bit behind on moving objects from one hand to the other, and also giving you something if you have your hand out. But the lady just said to keep practicing with her, and they say that she should be walking by 18 months. It's been really amazing to see how she has gone from being a pretty immobile and stiff newborn, just kind of like looking around and being like, and not being able to do much, to being a really interactive, fun, content, happy, zippy baby who is just the life and soul of our life, of our house, of our family. She loves that piano, look, she loves it. You've decided to come over here now, have you? Hello. This is a great toy to encourage your baby to stand up. So, I don't know if you can see actually, she's stood there.
Hello.
And it's a really good kind of sensory toy, but it encourages them to stand up, although, stand up straight. There you go. A typical day for us would be waking up. Sometimes Cleo gets to spend some time with Mel before he goes to work. If she sleeps in, then he doesn't. One of the best things is walking into her nursery and she's just woken up.
Good morning, look at your little face. Did you sleep alright, sweetie? Hey? Morning.
And then I'll either go to a baby sensory class up with my NCT mummy friends.
Hip, 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 hooray! The sun has got his hat on and he's coming out to play.
Or I'll go and meet my friends for lunch. Or I'll go and see my mum and dad. So then Mel will walk through the door after he's finished work, and I'll have her dinner cooked. So I cook all of her meals. I cook all of our meals from scratch, so I do the same for her, just do a little baby version. So yeah, he'll walk through the door and I'll say to him, do you want to feed her dinner, and give her a bottle. And actually we started introducing a bottle, I think at about 8 months. I was doing this only because I've noticed that by the end of the day my milk supply is quite low. So the dietitian said that's absolutely fine. She's prescribed us some dairy-free formula. So we started off with this one, which is Althera, which I think you can only get on prescription in the UK. She did have a slight reaction to this. So she's got the severe infant cow's milk allergies called Alpha Mino. So she has 120 mils of this in a bottle, and it's so funny. We give her dinner and we give her a little bottle and she kind of necks the whole thing down. So yeah, I'll say to Mel, do you want to do dinner and bottle, or do you want to do bath time and bed? And it's just nice because whoever does the bath time and bed, the other person can be cleaning up the kitchen, and she does make quite a mess at the moment because we do a little bit of baby-led weaning where she's feeding herself and she drops a lot of it on the floor, and it all needs mopping and hoovering up, and then you need to load the dishwasher. And it just means that not one person is killing themselves doing everything. For us, it's all about teamwork. Hello, love you. So that is Cleo's 9-month update. There you are. Look, there's you. There you are. Say goodbye. Say thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my video and following my journey.